Hello, thanks for joining me. I appreciate your being here. We are going to jump right into a 1 hour flow, and we're actually practicing, or I'm practicing recording right now on Labor Day. It happens to be, and have enjoyed a Labor Day weekend. And so I'd like us to consider that for a while and just not only the sacrifices that were made so that we could enjoy this day, enjoy fair rights in our labor, but also the idea of normalizing what's new, right? So a lot of the things that were so hard won were because of bold people who decided to normalize what wasn't. So whether we're talking about labor or our ideals, our changing selves, I think it is worth remembering what we can normalize now, right? Where we can move forward, even if it doesn't feel comfortable or even right in the moment. Those things change. Our perception changes. So let's give that a thought. Go ahead and close your eyes. Just take a moment to absorb the room around you, the sounds around you, whatever is happening in the body, right? And even consider how your yoga practice had to be normalized, right? A down dog, a forward fold may have felt terrible when you first started practicing. Maybe they still do, and you're still working through that, but consider as we move through space and decide to change the way we move, we grow accustomed and we grow and we become stronger, right? And even things that don't ever feel great or easy, right? We're still opening ourselves up to the possibility. Good. Have one more breath here. Inhale, sit up a little bit taller. And exhale completely. Good. With your next inhale, you're going to place your hands to your knees. You can open your eyes. You're just going to take a big inhale forward. Take the chest forward. Arch the spine. Right? Really in the upper back. And then exhale, round it back. Good. And you're going to move like that. Inhales forward. Exhales back. Try not to overuse your chin, which I tend to do. Right? Think about leading with your chest. Good. And you're going to turn that spinal flexion and extension into some spinal circles. You're going to inhale forward and exhale round back, just circling around yourself. Good. And the next breath, take it the other way. And again, notice as, the longer you move in this way, how it starts to feel maybe a little bit better, or at least you grow accustomed to it. And give yourself that moment. Good. Let those circles get smaller and smaller until you're sitting upright. And you're just going to inhale, sweep the arms high. So it doesn't have to come to a complete stop. Maybe even continue to circle around. Good. And then exhale over to your right. Just long side body. Anchor your left hip. Big inhale, open up that left side of the rib cage, and then exhale, you're going to fold in to the right thigh. Good. Breath in. And exhale. Good. And then inhale back into that side body, and then straight up to right, upright, or center, and then off to the left. Good. Soften the shoulders, anchor the right hip. Good. Take a breath in, and then exhale, fold it in into that left thigh. Breath in. And exhale. Good. Inhale, bring it back up. And through center. And then exhale to the right. And fold into that thigh. Exhale. Inhale, open it up. And back up through center. And exhale. Off to the left. Inhale, open up the right ribs. Exhale, fold. Good. Inhaling. Back up through center. Once more to each side. Exhale. Good. Inhale, open up the ribs. Exhale, fold. Inhaling up through center. And over to the left. Good. Inhale, open up. Exhale, fold. Good. Inhaling up. Through center, exhale, release. Shake out your legs. We're going to come into altar pose or tabletop. If you know me, you know me. I love this pose. And not because it always feels that great, but it feels necessary. So plant the hands behind your hips. Feet are hip distance apart, parallel. Inhale, float it up. You might lift the gaze up or even drop it back. Just be mindful of your neck. You don't need to overdo it. Try to melt the inner thighs toward one another. Really find that connection. Take a breath in. And exhale, release. Good, and you're going to drop the hips. Inhale, extend the arms forward. Exhale, slowly lower down, one vertebrae at a time. Good, inhaling the arms overhead. Good, walk the feet in so the ankles are below the knees. Exhale, lift yourself up. Good, inhale, pull the arms overhead as you lower the chest and shoulders. Exhale. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Good, twice more. Inhale. Exhale. Good, inhaling. And exhale. Good, and then float the feet off the ground. So here you are, shins are parallel to the ground. Good, extend the legs long. Good, and lower. Good, arms down to your sides. If you have a sensitive low back, hands underneath the sacrum. Good, exhale, lower the right leg. Good, press out through the balls of both feet. Inhale, float it up. Exhale, lower. Good, and hold. Inhale, pressing up to the balls of the feet. Exhale, inhale up. Good, and then you're just going to move, right, and alternate right then left. Right, you might even lift the chest and shoulders off the mat. Just keep scooping out the low belly. It doesn't mean you're going to have a flat low belly, but think about hugging the navel to the spine. Right, that's really about initiating from the inside out. Good, and lower. Good, the chest and shoulders. Good, inhale, arms overhead. Good, exhale, you're going to lower that right leg just as far as you can. Good, and then exhale, twisting over to the left. Good, inhale, lower. Exhale, twist. Good, inhaling. And exhale. Good, twice more. Inhale. And exhale. Once more. Inhale. And exhale, hold. Another breath. Maybe lift a little bit higher. Good, and lower. Good, pull the knees in. All right, just so the knees are parallel, right, or right above the hips. Then extend both legs long. Good, lower that left leg just as much as you can. Inhale, exhale, twist to the right. Good, inhaling. Exhale. Good, 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. Try to find that inward rotation in the thighs, so keep slightly inwardly rotating. Inhale. Good, and exhale, both legs up. Good, bend through the knees, so shins are parallel. Float the chest off. Good, 2 more breaths here. Keep scooping out the belly. Good, and release. Good, so we're coming to all fours. You have the option to rock and roll along the length of the spine. Maybe take a few breaths like that. And then if it feels good, rolling over the shins. Good, and finding all fours. If that doesn't work, just throw the legs back behind you, however you want to get back. Good, take a moment, wrists beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips. Lengthen your spine. Then you might start to lift the gaze and exhale round. Inhaling. And exhale. Just a few more times like that. Good, next inhale, lift the heart, tuck the toes, and exhale, downward facing dog. All right, so if you can, right, take a moment and just like recall, if you can, what your first down dog may have felt like. If you can even remember, it's probably pretty different now, no matter how long you've been practicing. Right? The more we return, the more we grow accustomed, and things begin to shift and make sense. Soften the front ribs into the back of the body. Nod the head yes, shake it no. Two more breaths. Last round, inhale. Exhale, wrap the upper arms and the elbows down toward the mat. And then we're going to come out to a plank, but I really want you to roll through the spine. So tuck the tail. Think about tucking the tail around the spine, so it's kind of like you're moving through a cat back. And really it is. Right? And then you're going to inhale out to plank. The head is the last thing to come out. Exhale here. Full breath. Navel back toward the spine. You can always lower the knees if you need. Inhaling, exhale, scoop the belly round and take it back, down dog. Twice more, tuck the tail, round it out. Inhale, exhale, up and back. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Good, and then inhale, lower the knees, drop the hips back toward the heels, child's pose. Big breath. And inhale, looking forward in between the hands. Let's slide out for a cobra. So shrug the shoulders away from the ears. Just a baby cobra. You don't have to overdo it. Good, breath in here. And exhale, lower the chest, lower the head. Do that again, inhale, roll it up. And exhale. Good, next inhale, tuck the toes, lift your thighs. We're going to inhale back up to plank. Exhale, down dog. Good, inhale, lift the heels, look forward. Exhale, feet to the hands. You can walk it or hop it up, however you want to get there. Good. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Take the feet any distance that you want at this point. And then exhale, forward fold. Nod the head yes. Shake it no. You can take a hold of opposite elbows or interlace your fingers behind your back. Good. If you feel really tight in the low back or the back's the legs, bend your knees. Think more about the length through the side body. Right? Even if this is easy, maybe just try softening your knees today. And then exhale, release your hands down to the ground. If they're not already, bend your knees, roll yourself up to stand. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. And exhale, hands to the heart. Good. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Lengthen. Send your left foot back behind you. Lower that left knee. Inhale, floating high. Good. Exhale. Release, lengthen. Inhale, circle that right arm forward and then back. Circle it down twice more. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhaling. And exhale, release. Step back to plank, moving through your vinyasa. Good. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step the foot forward in between the hands. Come on up to that crescent variation. So bend your left knee, inhale. Exhale, circle the arms down. And then lengthen left leg as you inhale up. And again, exhale, circle it down, bend the left knee, inhale. And again, exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale, step it up, Uttanasana. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhaling, folding all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Second side, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Lengthen your spine. Send it back, right foot sends back. Lower that right knee, inhaling, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, release it. Lengthen your right leg. Inhaling, left arm forward and up, twisting. Exhale, circle it down. Twice more. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhaling. Exhale. Release. Step back to plank. Take it through. Good. Left leg floats. Exhale, step it forward. Soften your right knee. Roll yourself up to crescent. Inhaling. Whoop. Exhale. Circle the arms down. Lengthen that right leg. Inhale. Exhale. Again, bend the right knee. Circle it down. Inhale to float up and lengthen. One more time. Exhale. Inhaling. And then exhale. Send it forward. Uttanasana. Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, fold. All the way up. And bring it back to the heart. Good. Next inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Lengthen your spine. This time you're going to step back to plank, or you might float back to chaturanga, up to you. Lower with an exhale if you floated back. And lower with an exhale if you stepped back. Inhale. And exhale, meeting in down dog. Couple of breaths. Good. Inhale, lift the heels. Look forward. Exhale, stepping or floating. Top of the mat. Lengthen your spine. And empty out. All the way up to stand. Exhale, hands to the heart. Let's do that again. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, forward fold. Lengthen your spine and send it back, stepping or hopping. We'll take it through. And exhale, back down dog. Good. Inhale, lift the heels, look forward. Exhale, stepping or hopping. Uttanasana. Ardha Uttanasana. And empty out. Good. All the way up to stand. And exhale, hands to the heart. Your next inhale, let's bend the knees and come into Utkatasana. Bend the knees. Maybe you can graze the ground on your way. And scoop the belly. Right, and let it be challenging. It doesn't need to feel easy even after all this time. Right, what do you need to do to find the challenge in it again? Just create a little fire, a reminder. Get a breath in. Exhale, so a little bit deeper. Inhaling. Exhale, fold. Good. You're going to inhale, come out halfway. And exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up to stand. And then bring it back to the heart. All right, so from here, we're going to step back. So we're going to practice really some motion. So you're going to inhale. We're coming back toward crescent, but you're going to just step halfway back. So left foot steps back and rock it forward. So you're about a third of the way there. Second time, 2/3. Bring it forward. Third time, come all the way back. So you're back in that crescent variation. Soften left knee, but inhale it all the way up. Good. Exhale. Good. Have a breath in. Good. Exhale. Let's lower the hands and just step that left foot in to meet the right, and then pull that left knee into the chest. Good. You can hold on to the knee. Maybe even play around with outwardly rotating. Good. Good. And then outwardly rotate that left knee, and you're going to swing it all the way back behind you. So step that left leg behind the right, kind of like you're crossing. And then inhale, left arm over. It's a big side body opener. Good. Big reach. Good. And then circle the arms down. So you're dropped at center. Pull the left knee back into the chest. All right, from here, you're going to step back toward crescent, and let's turn this into warrior 2. Right, so on your next exhale, spin that left heel down. gazing out over the right fingertips. You'll have another chance to do it, so it's going to start to feel a little more familiar. Good, big breath. Good, inhale, peaceful warrior. Open up the palms, reaching up and back. Back leg is strong. Exhale, back to warrior two. Flying warriors. Inhale, lengthen your right leg, pivot on the right heel. Press the palms together overhead. Lift up to the low belly. This time we're going to forward fold into Prasarita, Patatanasana. And press down to the outer edges of your feet. Good, and then inhale, let's bring it up to stand. So open up the arms, even if you have to soften to the knees. Warrior two to the back of the mat. So spin on your left heel. Right toes can come in a bit as well. So really adjust to make it work. Good, big breath. Good, inhale, peaceful warrior. Good. Exhale here, one more breath in. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the mat, to the inside of left foot, and then you're just gonna walk yourself back to the top of the mat. So right back into a lunge. Pop up that left heel, inhaling crescent. Exhale, lower. Stepping back to plank, vinyasa, or down dog. Good. Inhale, lift the heels, look forward. Exhale, feet to the hands, step or float. Lengthen your spine, and exhale, fold. All the way up to stand. And hands to the heart. Right, so second side, you're gonna step a third of the way back to crescent. So right foot steps back. It's kind of a rocking motion. Bring it back. 2/3 of the way back, bigger step. Rock it back, all the way back. Good. Right, have a breath in. Exhale, lower the hands. Start to drag that right foot in to meet the left and pull that right knee into the chest. Good, and then you might take a hold of that right leg and just open and close. Good, and then open that right knee and cross it behind the left and just touch down. Good, and you're gonna reach over to the left. You might even take a hold of your right wrist with the left forefinger and thumb. Good, and then circle it back down. So here we are at center. Drag that right knee back in. Hold on to it if you'd like, and then send it back to crescent. Good, have an inhale. Exhaling, warrior two. Good, big breath, press into the outer edge of your right foot. Outwardly rotate the left hip. Inhaling, peaceful warrior. Good, breath in. Exhale, back to warrior two, flying warrior. Lengthen your left leg, pivot on that left heel. Good, have a breath in to get long, lift up through the belly. Exhaling, forward fold. Nod the head, yes. Shake it, no. Good, and then inhale, float it back up. Warrior two, back of the mat, so pivot on the right heel, bring those left toes in a bit. Good, inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, cartwheel it down to the inside of right foot. Follow it all the way around, so walk yourself back into a lunge. Inhale, crescent. And exhale, release it down to the mat, step back to plank. Vinyasa, down dog, or rest whenever you need or want. Good, inhale, lift the heels, look forward. Exhale, feet to the hands, stepping or floating. Lengthen your spine and fold. Good, bend your knees, Utkatasana. And exhale up to stand. And again, inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold. Lengthen your spine. And again, empty out. Good, bend your knees, roll yourself up. Just rolling through the spine. Right, so again, you're gonna step the left foot back a third of the way. Rock it back and forward, 2/3 of the way. Inhale, forward, all the way back. Inhaling up. Exhale, let's walk it up, right? And you can just pull that left knee right into the chest if you're able. Good, open it out, open up that left knee, the left, step back and reach over to the right. So take a hold of the left wrist with the right hand if you can. And then circle it down, back to center. Pull the left knee up. You might even meet the hands and step back into crescent. Good, inhale. Exhaling, warrior two. Peaceful. Bring it back to warrior two. Passing through flying warrior right into warrior two, back of the mat. Exhale. Good, inhaling, peaceful. And then send it down, inside of left foot, walk yourself around. Good, all the way up to crescent. Exhale, release it. Step it back, right leg might even hover. And then we have to get back to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, step or float. Uttanasana, Ardha Uttanasana, and fold. All the way up, and exhale, hands to the heart. All right, so right foot steps back a third of the way. Inhale, exhale, good. Inhaling, 2/3. Inhale all the way back. Exhale, step it up. Pull the right knee into the chest. You might hover over first. Good, circle that right leg off to the right, step behind, and then lean to the left. Take a hold of the right wrist if you can. Good, circle it down to center. Pull that right knee back up to meet the hands. And then step it back into crescent. Have a breath in. Exhaling, warrior two. Good, peaceful. Back to warrior two. Flying warrior, pivot on the left heel. Let's turn it right into warrior two, back of the mat. Peaceful. Good, cartwheel it down and walk it around. Back up to the top. Good, inhaling. And exhale, release. Stepping back and through. And find your breath. Good, inhale, lift the heels, look forward. Exhale, stepping or floating. Lengthen your spine and fold. All the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. All right, so one more time, coming into Utkatasana, just adding on. Now this time let's twist, hands to the heart. Hook that left elbow to the outside of right thigh. Take a big breath in, lengthen your spine, exhale. Navel back, right ribs rotate up. Slide that left hip and thigh back in space. So ideally your knees have lined up in this. Maybe the left hand reaches down to the ground. Keep breathing. Neck is long. Good, inhale back through center. We're going to come right over to the second side. Right elbow to left thigh. Use that leverage, lengthen your spine more. Inhale, exhale, navel back, protect the low back and twist. Check out your knees. Your right knee may have pulled forward. Mine just did. Slide it back. Create a foundation. Good, inhale back through center. And then exhale, forward fold. Good, breath in to lengthen. Exhale, you might even flutter out through the lips. Good, bend your knees, roll yourself up. All right, so this time you're gonna come right back into crescent. Left foot moves back, right back. Inhale. Exhale, shift your weight forward. This time, warrior three. Good. You might extend the arms forward or back behind you to the sides. Good, breath in. Soften to both knees. Really pull that left knee back into the chest. Again, circle it out, hand behind, leaning off to the right. Take some liberty in the feet. Maybe the toes have to turn out. And circling it down, pull that left knee back into the chest. Good, and then send it back into crescent. Inhale. Exhaling, warrior two. Good, peaceful. Good, back to warrior two. Warrior two to the back of the mat. Good, inhale, peaceful. This time cartwheel it down, so we're gonna come back to the top of the mat, but turning it in to side angle. So as the right toes turn out, you press into the outer edge of your left foot. Maybe you bring the right elbow to the thigh, maybe the hand down to the ground. Roll the right sitting bone underneath you, turn that left palm down, reach the hand to the front of the room. And then inhale, let's float back up to peaceful warrior. Turning this into Trichonasana. So you might come upright first and then straighten through your right leg. If you want to move right into it, you can. But think about elongating both sides of your waist as you do. Direct your tailbone down toward the left heel. Good, you can even turn the left palm down here and reach long. Good, let's bring it into Ardha Chandrasana. Bend your right knee. Right hand reaches out to the right corner of your mat or a block, floating. Good, breath in to float. Exhale, standing split. So soften that left hip down. Good, lifting and lengthening to the inner left thigh. Find a new place to move from. Good, and then again, open it up, Ardha Chandrasana. Do your best. Float it back, warrior two. Good, last bit. Side angle, one more time. And this time you might come into a bind. Maybe inwardly rotate that left hand to low back or hip crease. Maybe the right hand comes underneath. Good, big breath. Good, release. Good, all the way up, warrior two, flying warrior. One more time, pivot on the right heel. Good, lengthen, straighten yourself out. Exhale, forward fold. Prasarita Patatanasana. Good, soften through the knees, follow the right foot around, step it back to plank. Up to you, vinyasa or down dog. Good. Inhale, lift the heels, look forward. Exhale, step or float. Top of the mat. Lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold. All the way up. Hands to the heart. Right, this time stepping the right foot back into crescent. Good. Exhale, weight into the left foot. Warrior three. Good. Any variation with the arms that you want. Breath in. Scoop the belly. Exhale, bend through both knees. Roll it up. See what happens with the balance. Even go with it. Circle that right knee wide. And then step behind you. Lean off to the left. Good. Take a hold of the right wrist if you can. Good. And then circle down. So keep moving that direction. Let it bring you back to center. And pick up that right knee. Good. Back to crescent. Inhale. Exhaling, warrior two. Through flying warrior, warrior two, back of the mat. Peaceful. Cartwheel it down, side angle, top of the mat. So walk yourself around. Take the time to feel the feet in the ground. Feel the ground beneath the feet. Right? The elbow can come to the thigh, or you can walk the hand down to the earth. And just notice any habits you've created in this pose. Maybe you lean into the left shoulder or lift the shoulder up to the ears. Right, notice what you've normalized and what you can shift out of. Right arm can reach long, maybe even gaze underneath that arm. Good, inhale, warrior two. Good, peaceful warrior. Exhale. Lengthen your left leg. Big breath in, exhaling Trichonasana. So anchor that right heel more. Reach long. Enjoy the process in between the shapes. Big breath. Good, into Ardha Soften your left knee. Walk it out. Left hand to a block or the ground. Remember that you can keep your right hand on the hip if that allows you to stabilize. Do what makes you feel stable. Not necessarily comfortable, but stable. Inhale. Exhale, standing split. So lower that right hip. Really square off. Feel the shift. And then lift a little bit more through that inner right thigh. Good. Ardha Chandrasana. So maybe the leg lowers as you stack the hips. Inhaling. Exhale, let's lower it back through Warrior Two. Good. Once more, side angle. Any variation if you want to bind, inwardly rotate that right hand. Left hand underneath for fingertips or wrist. And try to slide the hands down toward the left sitting bone, and that'll help you create a little more space to the side body. Good. Release the bind if you have it. Pick it up, Warrior Two. Once more, Flying Warrior. So pivot on the left heel. Get long, lengthen, and exhale. Forward fold. If you feel comfortable trying a tripod headstand here, trying a tripod, and you can walk the hands back, creating those 3 points. So hands behind the head. Maybe taking that weight into hands and head, and floating up. If you're somewhere in between, you can bring the knees to the backs of the arms and hang there. Start to feel the beginnings of that. Good. Wherever you are, start to think about making your way down. If you were on your head, take a moment, extend the spine long, let the head roll. Good, soften through the knees, follow the left foot back around top of your mat. Inhaling up to crescent. And exhale, release it, step back to plank, vinyasa, or down dog. Good, inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step the foot in between the hands, the last little bit. Popping up to crescent, breath in, and then hands to the heart. Let's take a twist here. So you're gonna scoop that left elbow to the outside of right thigh. If you need to, you can lower the left knee down to the mat. If you feel stable, you might open the arms wide. Hug your outer hips into your midline. Maybe you even bind. Inwardly rotating the right arm, left arm comes around the outer right thigh and then underneath to pick up those fingertips. It's a lot. Good, and release it. Release the twist. Good, take a moment. You can even counter twist. So bring the right hand to the inside of left thigh, so back into just a traditional side angle, but it's pretty free. Just open it up. Good, pop the left heel back up, Parshvatan Asana. So step that left foot in about a foot, heel down, inhale, lengthen your spine, exhale, walk it out and fold. Good, breath in. Good, and then step it back. We're gonna come into side plank, left hand, outer edge of left foot. Big breath. Good. You know you can always lower your left knee down to the mat. Take your options, know your options. Exhale, release back to plank, vinyasa or down dog. Good, left leg floats. Exhale, step it forward, come on up to crescent. Last time. Right, twisting hands to the heart. Again, you can soften your right knee again, kind of going back to where we began. Hook the right elbow to outside of left thigh. Take a breath in, lengthen. Exhale, navel back and twist. Don't overdo it in your low back. Right knee can lower if you need that. Whatever you're doing, hug the outer hips into center, into your midline. Maybe open the arms wide. Maybe inwardly rotate that left hand and find the low back. Or maybe the hip crease. Right arm might come underneath. There's a real moment of faith that has to come in for that. Big breath. And exhale, release. Good, release. Step it back, side plank. Actually, no, don't step it back. Release. Good, step the right foot forward, Parshvatan Asana. Breath in, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Good. And then we're going to take that same open side angle. So spin the right heel down, open it up. Kind of did it in reverse. Release. Good. Now into side plank. Right hand, outer edge of right foot. Or the right knee. You can lower to the ground for added support. Make sure the wrist is beneath the shoulders. Stack up your joints. Good. Big breath in. And exhale, release. Vinyasa or down dog. Have a breath in through the nose. Exhale out a lion's breath. And release the knees down to the ground. Child's pose. Okay, roll yourself up. Good, and let's come into Pigeon from here. I'm gonna work some new poses in a second, but let's start off with Pigeon just to kind of open up the hips and settle a bit. Let's bring the right knee and shin forward. Good, tuck the back toes. Good, inwardly rotate the left thigh. Good, if you want a little padding, you can always prop up your right hip and thigh with a blanket, which can be really useful. Whenever you're ready and feel a little somewhat even through the hips, you can untuck your toes and forward fold. Good, big breath. Good, inhale, roll yourself up. And bring the right foot a little bit closer to the thigh. Good, tuck the toes. And if you have any more space, you might bend the left knee and reach around for the left foot with that hand. This might be enough. If you feel like the balance is there, you can hook the foot into the back of the elbow, maybe try the balance. Good, and then exhale, release. Release it, tuck the toes, come on back, down dog, or all fours, wherever you want to be. Good, and then step the right foot forward, bring that left knee to the outside of right ankle. So seated spinal twist, let that right hip release. Right hand back behind you, inhale, left arm high. Exhale, either wrapping the arm around the shin or hook the elbow to the outside of the thigh. Just playing with moving in different directions. Good. Next inhale, release the twist. Let's counter twist to the left and really fall into it. Let the hips lift off. Good. And then you might step forward onto the right foot and then back towards down dog. So you're kind of in a weird crossing. And then just send it back. Or an unusual crossing. Right, and then take it all to the second side. So left leg is high. Send that knee and shin forward. Good. Prop up the left hip with a blanket if you need it or anything you have available. Tuck the right toes. Try to soften that right hip forward and down. Good. When you're ready, untuck the toes. Good. When will I be ready? Right, and then exhale, forward fold. Take your time. One more breath. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. Good. Walk it up. And bring it back down. Dog, pedal out through the feet. Good. You're going to step that left foot forward and the right knee is just going to tuck right behind it. And soften that left hip down. If you need to extend your right leg long, you can also do that. So just know that that's available to you. Good. 10th left fingertips behind you. Right arm reaches. Exhaling, twisting. Good. Use your inhales to lengthen. Sit taller. Exhales, navel back and twist. Inhale, release the twist. Exhale, fold, counter twist. Good, and then stepping onto the left foot if you can, if that makes sense. And then step it back. And actually step that right foot back to the left corner of the mat and left foot crosses ahead of it. So you're crisscross down dog. Good, and let's do the opposite. So right foot steps wide to the left side. Good, and then straighten it out. Good, and release. All right, so we're going to give compass a little try today. So just take a moment, sit up tall. You can prop your hips up on a blanket if you'd like. But we're just going to pull the left foot in and cradle the right leg. So this could be enough. Maybe you can wrap the arms around that right thigh. Again, you might not be interested in doing any more than this. Right, if it feels okay, right, hugging that left foot in, you might start to sling the right leg over the right shoulder. Again, might be enough. Good. Next moment would be left hand to outer edge of right foot. Right, so just holding onto the outer edge of right foot. Plant that right hand. Right, lean into it. Right, so you are leaning into it for support. Again, if there's any more space, maybe extending right leg. So we've been playing around with moving in different directions. Sometimes this can feel counterintuitive. We're opening one way, twisting the other, gazing another way. But then it starts to feel like the way to move, or at least a possibility. Good, and release it and shake it out. Take a few folds over the legs. And we'll try the second side. Second side. Same idea, just going to cradle that left leg. And again, that might mean just holding the foot. And this can be a nice hip opener for you today. Again, you can just move through the phases. Maybe swinging that right arm around the foot, around the bottom of the foot. Rolling it around. Good. And then if there's space, maybe you can sling that left leg over. Again, just kind of circle it around, move it around. Same way we did at the beginning of class. We were just kind of rolling through space. Left hand plants. Actually, don't do that first. Right hand to outer edge of left foot. And take a moment, hold on, and then plant your left hand. Good. Let's just go back. So maybe you can swing that left leg over the left shoulder. Right, next moment, if there's space, right hand to outer edge of left foot. Hang on to it. Maybe plant your left hand. Good. And lean into it. Give it some weight. And if there's space, you start to extend through that left leg, gazing underneath the right arm. Again, you're moving in a few different directions. Compass pose. Right, so you can know the direction you're headed and still kind of see around you and know all of your options at the same time. Good, release. And shake it out. It's a lot. Right, bend to the knees. Take the feet wide and just roll through the spine a few times. Good, and let's lower down to our backs. So we'll take a back bend. I'm going to leave this up to you, so you can certainly take bridge. Right, feet are hip width apart, arms at your sides, hips floating. And hang there, right, really melting inner thighs. If you feel ready for a full wheel, the hands can come alongside the ears. Same concept, keep pointing those toes toward the top of your mat. You can come up to the crown of the head first. Hug the elbows toward one another, just finding that moving inward with the arms to extend. Good. And when you're ready, lower it down. Good, and release. Just let the knees sway. Don't be in a hurry to hug the knees into the chest. Circle them one way and then the other. Good, and then open the knees wide, stack the arms open. Knees to the left, gazing toward the right hand. And just completely shift. Don't try to make anything happen. Yeah, let out a sigh. Whatever has been building. It doesn't have to build up inside of you any longer. And bring it through the center. Good, and then over to the second side. So stack the knees to the right, gazing toward that left hand. Inhale, let's bring it back through center. Good, and rock it up. Just a couple of forward folds. Let's start with Patatanasana, soles of your feet together, knees wide. Again, always prop your hips up on a blanket if that allows you to elongate through your spine. Good, have a breath in, get longer, and then exhale, forward fold. Extend your legs long, pull flesh away from the sitting bones. Good, flex your feet, inhale, get longer. Exhale, forward fold.
Hashimotonasana.
And if this feels like too much, remember you can soften the knees. You can be up here because, again, as always, your priority is a long spine. Don't sacrifice the length of the spine, the integrity of the spine to reach your feet or some imagined goal.
And even that can be foreign, right? We tend to be goal-oriented, right? But to back away and really build ourselves up properly, right? To eventually maybe attain a goal, right? Or not. But that can be foreign. But it can really serve us. Okay, and when you're ready, inhale, roll yourself up.
And release it all the way down for Savasana. If there's any last movement that you want before you can rest, please take the time to do it. Do whatever you need to get comfortable. And then really release it into the ground. Start to deepen your breath. You're gonna wiggle through the fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Right, do what you need to do. Right, eventually bend your knees and roll over to your right side. Right, have a few breaths there. And in your own time, come on up to your seat. Come back to your breath. Back to your senses of yourself and of the space around you. And hopefully coming back to your senses in a completely new way, right? What it is to come to our senses shifts with time and understanding. So allow yourself to shift, to normalize the change and seeing ourselves in new ways and seeing new possibilities. And join the hands together at the heart and bowing to each other. Thank you. Thank you. Have a great day, evening, morning, whatever you're doing, wherever you are. Thank you.